Alrighty, welcome back. I'm your man, Bad Chad, and Queen Jolene's on the camera. And today I'm going to try to make a sill or fabricate a sill. You watched me cut it off. I have a piece of metal here to try to bend one up to start with. And then I have the sill to begin with. I've hauled one of the sills out. This might be one of the original ones, I'm not sure. But it had a couple on it. So there's 3 on it, I think. As we look down in here, as I look at this, I got to look it over a bit. We've got one layer of metal here. That's a really nice thick piece of metal there. I really like that sill there, but it only came up to, you can see where it came up to right there, because this is one piece of metal, there's only 2 there. As I investigate, you can see how they put it on. You can see a spot of weld there, spot of weld there, spot of weld, spot of weld, so on and so on and so on. So actually there was 3 sills there, but one was just tacked over top of the other. No harm, no foul. I'm cutting it out to replace it. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to try to make one in the brake. What's going on here is that I have to have enough metal to go over from this very first bend all the way over to this square stock, because I want it to come over there and connect to that. And this is what I'm thinking. As you can see, or I can see, I don't know if you can see it or not, the floor is leaning from the tunnel out to the door. So in all honesty, if the car got full of water, the water would run out towards the door. It's not flat in there. You can see from the other side, if Jolene wants to come look at this, you look at this piece of metal right here, as I've got that bent and that square stock in there, that piece flat there, that's tapered. It's bigger on that end and it's smaller on this end, so the water would run that way, and that's the way that floor is going to lay in there. So what I'm thinking is I probably should have, it doesn't really much matter. I don't know if I'm putting this on and then putting the floor panels down over top of it, so when the water runs, it runs out, or if I'm just going to line them up, match them on this or on this piece of square stock, if you know what I'm trying to say. You always start shingling your roof from the bottom and lay over top and work to the top. I wouldn't want to put the floor pan in and then put the sill over top the floor pan. When the water runs this way, it would run it down inside. I'm not sure if I'm even overlapping or not, but I'm just thinking I should get a sill put on it. As we get looking at the floor, each piece, I am not going to, like I said, complicate it again. I'm not going to cut any metal and start drilling it and put it down. If you look at the floor, you can see where the square metal can go. I have one piece, I can put one piece right here, halfway, put one halfway, and put one piece here, halfway, put one piece here and go halfway, and so on and so forth. So it's going to be a really simple floor to put panels in, and I don't even know if I'm going to use the bead roll or not, and the reason being is I'm trying to make this as simple as possible. There's nothing here that no one couldn't do, and I want to keep it that way. I'm going to go to the other side. We got some metal outside for the panels that we're going to make. I have the brake here. It's a 4-foot brake, and I can only make 4 foot. As I measured them, it's just enough to get 4 feet, so I'm going to try to bend them up. With this piece here is, if we're looking at it this way, this is the outside sill. This is where the door closes. This is where it goes into the square stock. So I've got to make that a little bit wider on this side. The bottom comes down and it's got a bend down. You see all this stuff in here. This is where the inside sill is, right here. This is where the inside sill connects. So the square stock would be running along here at the top, square stock. That's where this is going to be made over to go over and weld to it. The door is going to close here. It's going to go down and over and then down right here. And then that's where, you stay there, will you, Jolene? I'll just point it out. That's where this comes. That's where this comes in. This is an inside sill. There's going to have to be a piece of metal run down here, or I'm going to overlap that probably by an inch or so, and we'll run a piece of metal down here on the inside of this that comes down and meets that inside sill. As we have the quarter panel on it, you can see how I'm going to pull that to there, and then we're going to spot weld together. and then that has the sill. Just stuck it in there for now. You can see that inside sill is welded down your wheel well. We got the wheel well, the inside sill's there, and it comes down, and then it's all going to clamp to our quarter panel, so nothing can get inside of the quarter panel. So when we undercoat, we can get right down in there. I can feel everything, whatever. That's the inside sill. So basically I want to get the inside sill in before I put that floor pan on, because I'm not going to be able to see to get down in there. So I'll put a piece of metal, hang a piece of metal down there. It doesn't matter how long it hangs down, as long as it's long enough that I can hook to my rocker panel to it at the bottom. And then we just cut them off to make them look nice in the end. So basically that's another reason why I want to put that on there. I want to get that inside sill on there, get the rocker to meet it, and then put the floor pans on. And if you don't, and you put the floor pans in, put the rockers on, and if you haven't got an inside sill, that means you have to climb underneath the car and try to put one in. I'm not going to do that. Alrighty, let's try to bend this bad boy. I'm going to just try to mark it out with a tape measure real quick. Let's do it real quick here. Just, we'll probably get more precise. I'm going to say that's, how long is that? Not the right tape measure, but ½ inch. I'll say ½ inch on the bottom for that. Say 2.5 for that. Just a practice run. 2.5. Face of it is 3. That's probably half. We'll just say it's half and half. Half and a half. We'll do this. We'll split the 2 mark. Doesn't matter. We're just trying to get something that's close. Half, half. And then we need to go in, we'll say 4 inches. That's what I'm thinking. I like to make it a little bit long. So, I'm saying 4 inches from the square stock here out to this edge. That's what I'm saying. We need a piece to get in all the way from this edge, all the way into that square stock. It's wider here than it is in the back, and that's okay because we have, we're able to cut to make it fit. So I want to go over here for a second. We'll just cut this off. This is the end of the rocker panel. Thank everybody for coming back. We appreciate it. Yes, we do. Alrighty. I'm going to do this one first. Not sure if it's right or if it's wrong or what it is, to be honest with you. Don't know. That's a no. We know that one's a 90. And I'm not making it perfect on this one. So let's do this. I'm going to try it. That's the bottom. It's going to be a lot harder to bend with, so that's the bottom. We're going like this, and then we're going in there. Mark it on this side. Up. That's probably not going to work. It's not going to work that way. Well, it will, but it'll bend the sill. Ha! There, not bad. So, this is what I'm thinking. Bent too much. It's not bent right on the money, that's for sure. But I've got all the bends. It needs to be bent down. Sorry, sweetheart. Get my fat head in the way. That was bent too much. But basically what I'm thinking, that's bent that there, but that's bent there too much. We'll have to just come back to this and keep checking this. But basically that tells me that I can get all my bends. Alrighty. Let's go for it. That piece of metal there would have told me, all right, I can figure out how long it's going to be. I think what I'll do is I'll start at the top and do this bend later, last maybe. But it tells me that I can get the bends. Alrighty. 4 feet. I need a piece 4 feet. I've got that measured out here. My glove on. Okay, I just measured out a piece that's 4 feet. Started to do this, and Jolene said, hold up, mister. So that's what I did. I held up. I'm just going to cut this off with a zip cut. Zip cut, zip cut. Beautiful day here in Nova Scotia. Nice and mild and calm. And beautiful as my Queen Jolene. Now I just measured that thing out, that sill out, but we're going to do it again because I didn't keep track. I'll need 2 of these, 1 for each side. What I want to do is I want to measure the metal out the right distance to give me that, and that's all the metal I need. That's what I'm thinking. The 1/2 inch on the bottom, I'm okay with it. I'm okay with it. Just hoping that, actually, I'm going to go 3/4. I'm going to do 1 inch on the bottom, then we can cut some off. And it's a little bit, we've cut both sides of this. There's not a factory edge on this. So I'm going to add 1 inch on the bottom. Doesn't matter what the rest of it is. I just want to put 1 inch on the bottom so I can trim it off if I have to, if I want to do something special. Now, this right here, the measurement is 2.5. So 2.5 is our next one. 1, 2.5. Front one is 3. I'm hoping I can get starting on the 3, and then I can get probably a better mark. Hoping I can get 2 sills out of this. If not, I got 1 there, I guess. Three is the face. Then I got these 2 things in here. What are these? 5/8 is the measurement that I'm getting. I'm going to mark it 5/8. Then I'm going to do another one. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Doesn't hurt to stop and count if you want, or it doesn't bother me. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3. Ah. Right. Okay. And then it's 4-inch. Hope that's. Don't think I'm going to get 2 out of that. Woohoo! 4 feet. Perfect. Alrighty. So we need 4-inch after that. 4 to go inside and hit. 4-inch, and then we'll mark it at the 8. I used to go into a metal shop in town and get my sills bent a long time ago, and then I got myself a brake. It's only a 4-foot brake. A lot of sills are a lot longer than 4 feet generally, but what they would do is they would take a punch. I'm going to do it myself, to be honest with you. And the reason I'm going to do it is because when I go to flip the metal, I won't have to. When I flip the metal, I won't have to look for the line. If you know what I'm trying to tell you. That's not the line I want right there. There's the line I want. Just going to measure it this way and put the line right on 7. My ruler's a little short. Didn't like that. This is the area where I can cut some off. I'm probably going to have to cut some off to put that on there. This is, yeah, that's where I'm going to cut some off. Now I'm going to cut that off. I think I'm going to. Sure I'm going to. And I'll have to do the exact same thing for the other side. Let's cut it. Is this supposed to rain today? Do you feel droplets of rain? Okay, it's just me. All right, I'm gonna take this in and smooth it off for the sharp stuff. And the reason being is that I just don't feel like getting cut. It's so sharp. I have to be careful of this stuff. Just gonna have to keep in mind what I'm doing here. Now, this is where I'm gonna do that punch trick so I can see on both sides. I don't know if it's a trick or not, but I'll be able to see on both sides of what I'm doing. I used to have a little punch, but I'm not sure. Now, I wonder if there's something up here I can use. There you go, there's a punch right there. Okay, get a hammer. Just going to use a punch to know where my marks are. So if I have these are all my marks, just going to put that on there. I'll probably just grab the side. It's always good to watch. You're getting something done. Take a watch and see what they're doing. Now, I would never have thought this up on my own, I don't think. But when I was getting sills made, I would watch them do this. And I'm going to do it on this one. And I'm going to show you why here in a second. Now, the reason I did that is if I have to flip the panel, I know where my mark is. If I have to flip the panel, I know where the mark is. And I'm going to have to flip the panel on this because I will not get all the bends unless I do. Pick this up now. All right. Now, I'm going to want to be able to, I got to get the sill. I want to be able to check it on the sill that I'm doing to know I'm getting the right thing going on. You can see how they had a piece of metal, they had a piece of inside sill part, they tried to flop it over top there. They would have a rough time doing that. This way here, I would say would be a lot easier because you can get at it, you can see it, you can everything. We'll just set that wherever. I guess it doesn't much matter. I think I'm going to start at the top this time. I started at the bottom last time. I got every bend there, so I should be able to do it again. And I'm going to start at the top. And the top is, which bend do I want at the top? I really don't know, to be honest with you. I don't know. Just almost do it again. I'm going to start there, I guess. Why not? That is the two marks there. That goes up. Let's try it. I think I can get it. Put on that mark there. I'm going on the first mark. Move this one, it did. Okay. I guess it doesn't much matter. One side will be one side and one side will be the other. But that right there, if you look at this, that's where I'm at, the very first mark. Just bend it, I guess. Overthinking it. We'll get to it. Nope, not getting it. Oh. to have that metal thing on there for that. Already I'm in a pickle. Already. It'll do that easy one there. My brake will not push up on, you can see it on the back, it just goes up underneath of it. And it's not doing what it should be doing. So I'm going to have to put this on. Wasn't expecting that. Take that out of there. Took it off because I figured I'd have to have it off to get the bends I needed. But I have to have it on, I guess. Now, if you're doing this full time, like my good buddy Fred, piece of piss. But if you're not, you'll be into it like I am, figuring it out as you go. And I don't even know if I'm at the right mark, you know, to be right, but have to try somewhere, start somewhere. Now I'll bend it, I bet you. Just don't know if it's the right bend to bend. If you know what I'm trying to tell you. Ba, ba, ba. Just kind of wondering if the middle bend would be the bend to bend first. This one. I'm going to try it. I don't know. Should almost bend that piece of metal again, shouldn't I, sweetheart? Then I would know. What?
How come you don't do it like
The first time? Well, how come I don't do it like I did the first time? She says. I'm not quite sure, to be honest with you. Can't even remember how I did it the first time. Let's do this bend. I don't think it was a 90. That little bend right there is not a 90. Not even close. Bear with me, baby. Bear with me. I don't know what I'm doing, but I'll go with it. What? I'll go with it. This is the first bend right here. And I've got too much. I've got too much. Now, see, that's where I got to take that thing off because I'm not going to get that bend. I'm not going to get that one either. See that right there? There's a bend there. And then there's a bend there. Okay, so that's like that. Nope. I'm going to try to get the bends I can get with still a little too much. See that? You want to come take a look? We're still a little bit too much. Take a little bit out of it. I'll do it again, just take a little bit out of that bend. Once it's made, then I'll be really in a pickle because it'd be hard to bend and try to get it fitting right. But let's pull this open a bit more. Not too bad. Now, when this goes down this way and this way, this is going to be this half inch is going to want to be bent up. I'm thinking. We're going to do the half inch bend at the bottom because I won't get it when I take this piece off. I won't get it. I'm just kind of wondering if I'm even going to get Alrighty, let's bend this one. We won't do it a 90. It's not a 90 at all. It's another one of those, it's got an angle here and an angle here, so it's not a 90. So we're not going to give it a 90. We're going to give it a little bit more, maybe. I don't really didn't like that bend on that end, but now kind of wondering here. Wonder if I can get that one. You can get it. Oh, keep that plugged in. There's my mark right there. All right, not sure. Do a little bit, see what goes on. And I got that bent wrong. Nope, not yet, but I'm working on it. There's a bend right there that I have to get. Nope. Did I mess that up? That's my sill. Nope, it has to be bent there. I think I messed it up. See if I take this off. And when I go do the next one, I'll probably have to go through the same process of trying to figure it out as I go, because I probably can remember, I guess. Put these gloves back on. Now I've got 2 more marks. I have to make sure that I do that right. Did I mess that up already? Nope, I did not. Uh-huh. Keep your fingers crossed, boys. Keep your fingers crossed. Now, no, that doesn't go down. Yes, it does. Not sure what that did, but hold your fingers. All right. All right, cool. Now we just got to go in. So I take this. We're going to need that. Think I'll remember that? Have to watch the film again. Huh? Looks good. Now I'm gonna have to if I had my piece on there, that would bend that up. Would it not? Would so. Let's do it. It's not bending it up all the way. It hasn't got no lip to come out there, but if I put this lip back on, put this back on, it'll give me some push. I'm just going to put 3 in it for now, and the reason being is I'm going to have to take it back off again. Now that has to come in. What is here? Let's do that for now. Did I go too far? Not sure. That now, would you? Whoop whoop. Huh? Doesn't look too bad. Looks like we got more of an angle. That was too much of an angle and more of an... You know what? I do not care what that's saying right at the present moment. I do not care. And the reason being is what I have to care about is what it looks like. So that's straight down. The sill's got a little bit of a turn to it. This line right here, yeah, wondering how I'm going to get that now. Probably not going to get that now, am I? I want more of a bend. Ooh, might be able to get it. There we go. Haha, cool. See if I can get some more bend in that. That looks better. Way better. Way better. Just wondering if I'm going to be able to do that twice or not. That was quite a journey. Let's stick it on for shits and giggles. Let's stick it on. I have the sill here. Not sure where I want to cut that fully off at, but it's got to meet the fender right. Alrighty. Alright. I don't mind that turned in. I can get that one on the brake again, I think, if I want to bend that up tighter. I'm not bending it. The bends are not real sharp, and that does not matter. Does not matter. Got a nice flow to it. Let's cut some stuff out and see if we can't get that set on there. It's a good looking sill though. It's 18 gauge. It's brand new, and I did get the bends. Surprise, surprise. I'm going to grab the zip cut. It's out there. Just got to cut a little more out of it. We have some angle up the front where it meets the fender, when the sill meets the fender. There's a little bit of angle there, so we'll end up angling it a little bit, cutting a little bit. It takes a little bit to get it to fit and apply it, but once we get it to apply, I have to work it. It would be like anything. If I bought this sill, I still would have to work it to get it on, so it is what it is. When you see your car, generally your post comes down, and then the post sits on the sill, the rocker panel, sits on the rocker panel, and then spot welds along here and spot welds along there. That's basically generally your floor is made. Then your outside construction, your car comes over and gets set down on top of it, and then that spot welds to the rocker panel. So I'm just cutting it off just below that line right there to get rid of. Alright, didn't want to get into the fender, and I'm not going to. Awesome. Just gonna knock this off. Just trying to get all the bronze out of it I can. Now, this is the end of the, someone did a good job before. What happens is, this is the end of the sill, comes up in here, and then it has to be blocked off like this. So this is our sill, runs over, or posted on top of it, it's blocked off at the end, and then you have your inside sill. The inside sill is going to be on this piece. When the sill goes, when the quarter panel comes back, which is, you know, an ending of the sill, the wheel well, this pair here, closes off the sill. So you can see where it's been welded down. The inside sill has been welded all the way down the inside of this repair here, because that closes any water or dirt or anything going off this, because this is the outside of the sill, underneath the sill, inside sill, closed off. And then we have floor up here. So this is the end. So basically what's got to go on is, this will have to have an end put in it to close it off. And then it has to have an inside piece that goes down and hits on this piece. It closes it off. We've got it in back there, but we have not got it up here. Now, I'm going to have to start cutting, I guess. Start cutting my sill. Now remember, this piece went down on top of this, and I just cut this piece off because it went right along there. And then it goes up across there. And I can put that up in there, but I've got a piece of metal in there right at the present. So we're just going to... We're at 47? Well, let's try to get it set in there. We've got 15 more minutes to make it happen. I want to cut that off. That's what I want to do. But I've got a little bit of, I got 2 inch in there, so I can probably relief that and cut that out of there. Just going to set it underneath and do this. That'll let me know. On the front, I got to see what the front looks like. Good. That's what I'm going to do. My marker. My bucket. Sitting underneath the sill. We're hard up there. We're going to have to add a piece in the front. Cut this off. Now, this is where you do not want to mess things up, because, what am I going to say? You'll be doing it again. Okay, we're close there. Gotta get this out of the way. Gotta get this out of the way. We've got a bunch of metal in there, that's for sure. I'm just gonna I want to take them out. I want to get that piece out of there is what I want to get. Let's get the drill. Hopefully it still has, and it does not, but that's okay. We're going to take them self-tappers out. We're going to pull that quarter panel out a little bit, and we're going to get that. Maybe they might not be here right now. Might be over in the other shop. There it is. Awesome. Awesome. I want to get that out. I want to get it out. Got a little bit of allowance there, but not a whole bunch. Should look at it and see where I'm going with this bad boy before I start cutting it. That there goes up in there, no problem. My marker right there. Thanks, sweetie pie. Sweetie pie, sweetie pie. Yeah. Where I want to cut that off. There's so many little pieces of metal there that I'll go with that for now. But it does matter where I cut it off, because if I want to put a new piece of metal there, I'm just going to knock this off for a second and see what's there. What's here. I've got bronze right here, so I'm going to cut that out. I don't need that, I don't think. I don't need that. Inside stuff there I don't need either. Now, when I put this panel on, there's going to be a little bit of an issue there, but I'm going to make a new piece that runs down over top of this, just like on that side. So I'm going to make a mark where I'm cutting it off. Just to get it in there to this piece. Some more of this is going to have to be cut off to get it in there, but I want to get it in, try to get it in so far and then check it out. So we're just inching our way in, is what we're doing. Inching our way in. We're up there a little bit. Now, the panel has to be. inching our way in. This is going to be opened up. I want to cut that off. I'll dig the rest of that out. I can cut that a little piece in there. I get that cut off, but more or less just want to see if I can get it fitting to start with. There on top. Now I have to cut a little bit out. We're getting there. We're getting closer. Go in here. Cut that out for sure. Cut both of it off here somewhere, and then we'll go. Is that right? Got a lot of metal piled up right there. Whoa. I'd like to get that out. Let's just get it on there first, I guess. Get it on, and then we'll get it out. Just gonna check it again. Check it again. So that'll go in there. And this is metal, so if anything that you cut out and you're taking something out of it and you need it back, it's there, just replace it. We've got a sill that's on, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to just, it's not on like it should be, that's for sure. That's going to be cut off, a ways of going in there. Let's do this. Get a pair of vice grips. Actually, I can just shut the door. She's falling apart at the doors. So when I shut the door, I'm going to be looking awfully hard. Fell. See if I can't get something to hold it up in place. I'm just going to get a pair of vice grips or something. C-clamps, vice grips. One thing I'm noticing is it's not going in as far as the quarter panel. It's all set up for me and everything. That one was. Anyways, that one's gonna have to stay. It's probably too low, but what I'm looking for is a good line down there. Got a good, it's not going too bad. It's not where I'm going to plunk it on. I want to bring it down a little bit more. But that's the start of the sill. That is the start. And then I'm just going to have to keep working it and keep working it and keep working it. I do not have, I suppose it's not back there all the way either. I'm going to go back further. See, I want to clamp that onto that one there, but it's not quite. That's exactly what I did. I'm not sure if I did the measurement that, yeah, it's going to be shoved in there some to come to this sill down here, so it's got to be turned quite a bit. We'll see what happens. It's matching up the front, not bad, but that'll obviously have to come down and go like that. Alrighty, so we know now that I can bend a sill in there on that brake that I have. It's nowhere near being where it has to be, nowhere near it. And that's okay, but I'll just keep working it and keep working it and keep working it. Just cut a little bit out every time, or a little bit here and there. We've got a good gap going up front. I mean, that's perfect in the front. I could almost tack the sill on in the front, just bring it down some, give me some door gap at the bottom. The back, I'm really going to have to work and get it. I'm going to have to work. That's okay, that's what I do. And what we're going to try to do, this one here is the inside sill, lots long. This is the outside of the sill. We're going to have to try to match that up with that inside there. I'm not sure if I'm going to, we'll see what happens. You come back and we'll do a little bit more, but we got one sill looking pretty good. So we're just kind of, that's where we're at. So it'll have a new sill running on the inside. I will end it. I will make sure that we cut it or get it ended on the square stock that we have on the inside. We'll make a new piece that comes down over top of your sill to make it look like this was planted down on top of it. On the front, we'll do the exact same thing. No harm, no foul. I think that was pretty good. So we'll have it, we'll have the sill here, and then hopefully we'll either leave the sill just like that, or we'll run the floor over top of this a little bit so everything runs out like a shingled roof. All right, everybody, thanks a lot for coming back. I appreciate it. That was one of those things where I was not sure if it was going to bend it up or not. And I bent it totally different than I bent the pattern, but I did it because, why? Because I didn't have just a little tiny piece, I had a long piece, and I thought I would try to do the hardest bends first, and it worked out. Thanks everybody for coming back, we appreciate it. Throw a like in, throw a share in, do a comment, get someone to subscribe, come back tomorrow, and we will try to finish this bad boy after a while. Have a great day everybody, we are